So, after 3 years, I decided it was time to head back to Greece. I would already fall in love with a couple of islands, especially the crystal clear water, so this time I thought, why not explore Crete? It's the biggest one after all. I ended up staying in a quieter part of the island, about an hour east of Heraklion. The goal for this trip was simple: eat well, swim a lot, and just slow down. I learned my lesson from past trips and avoided being out of the high sun. Instead, I enjoyed the beaches during sunset, which honestly felt even more magical. But the mornings, those were my favorite part of the day. My room had this breathtaking sunrise view, and I didn't even have to leave to enjoy it. You know that quiet moment when the world is still asleep and you're the only one awake? I love that. I love that time. I would sit out with my book, a glass of water, and my camera, just soaking in the silence and watching the sky change colors. It was such a peaceful start to the day. One thing I love about Crete is how easy it is to find little hidden beaches. And it's not only about Crete, I think, it's in general about Greece. I stumbled across a few almost deserted ones, which were perfect for little exploring. One even had a small cave, but getting there was an adventure. I had to scramble over rocks in the water, dodging crabs along the way. The first time I tried, Google Maps sent me on this crazy road, way too intense for casual drive. Luckily, found a much easier route on the way back. Just had to laugh at the whole situation sometimes. Those little unplanned adventures end up being the best stories. This trip was exactly what I needed. It gave me time to step away from the rush of the city life, clear my head, and think about what's important. It's so easy to get caught in a day to day hustle, and I realized I hadn't really taken a moment to check with myself in a while. This trip led me to that. Plus, spending time in the sun, it always helps me reset both mentally and physically, especially with the colder months coming up. I also had some thoughts about traveling itself, and for me, traveling is more than just visiting new places. It's a journey of self discovery and growth. Each trip brings new perspectives, allowing us to step out of our comfort zones and experience the world in ways we never imagined. We learn to adapt, to appreciate diversity, and to see beauty in unfamiliar cultures. It's in these moments of exploration that we grow, not just as travelers, but as individuals. From the challenges we face to the connections we make, every experience shapes who we are. Traveling teaches us patience, resilience, and empathy. It reminds us that the world is vast and our potential is limitless. So every time we pack our bags, we're not just setting out to see new places. We are embracing the opportunity to evolve and to live a richer, more meaningful life. I also did something new this time. I went out on a boat to try fishing. Now, I'm not an expert. I've fished a few times in my life, but it was surprisingly easy to catch something in Greece. Once I messed up with my fishing rod as I did a loop on the top of it, and it took me a moment to figure it out that in the meantime, two sardines decided to try my bait, and instead of one fish, I got two, which was crazy, and I felt so happy like a kid at that moment, as only I could boast about such achievement that day. I got so excited knowing that I would be eating what I caught. There's something really satisfying about it. We grilled it right there on the boat, and it was so fresh, so simple, yet unbelievably tasty. We paired it with a Greek salad, local wine, and bread dipped in olive oil from our guide's father's farm. Amazing. It was way better than I expected. One of those meals that just stays with you. Speaking of food, I can't talk about Greece without mentioning the incredible food. But everything tastes so fresh and full of flavor. I couldn't get enough of it. And the best Greek salad I've ever had, you're looking at it right here. A solid 10 out of 10. It's just different there. Everything is so simple, but so good. It really makes you appreciate the quality of fresh ingredients. On my last few days, I decided to do a little bit more exploring and found this hidden gem of a beach about an hour's drive from where I was staying. It was one of those spots where you feel like time just slows down. Just a tiny little beach with a few trees around, so peaceful. If I would have a tent, I would have stayed and camped there for sure. I sat there for hours just watching the waves and enjoying the quiet. It's funny how sometimes some places makes you feel like you could just stay forever. Honestly, this trip was exactly what I needed to recharge and reset. There's something special about Greece that always pulls me back. The sun, the food, the people, the peace, the pace of life. I couldn't have asked for a better gateway. Sometimes it's those simple moments, the sunrise, the quiet beaches, the fresh foods, that reminds you of what's really important. Cheers to that. Bye.